Hey there everybody, James here again with another Civ 6 video. This is going to be a little bit different from my usual 10 tips and historical spotlight type videos. This actually came at the request of a viewer, Jack Sawyer, who said that he's a total newbie to Civilization and he wants to know really basic stuff like setting up districts, how do you get amenities. So really basic small game things. And so what I wanted to do was make a sort of long form tutorial, almost like a let's play or something where, let's learn together essentially. So my goal with this is really to explain a lot of the basics of the game, as well as, what is my thought process as I'm playing this game. And so hopefully even if you're not as new as Jack is, for example, hopefully you can still gain some knowledge from this and just kind of understand, what I'm thinking while I'm playing. Of course, I gotta preface, I'm not some super pro player. I don't exactly have like this min-max thing, sort of everything down and know, the exact ideal ways to play. But I do think I'm a decent player. I can beat Deity and beat all of the levels below Deity relatively easily. Um, with that being said, though, again, I don't play perfectly, and in a lot of ways, Civ, at least to me, isn't a game that, it's something you want to play. At least it's not something that I care about playing perfectly. It's more of a game that I find, relaxing and something I just want to enjoy my time with. Um, so at least that's just kind of how I go about the game. Obviously, play out however you want. But yeah, I'm just gonna jump into this game and try to walk through, what my thought process is, why I make certain decisions, and kind of help explain some real key basics to the game. And of course, I explain a lot of different concepts in my 10 tips videos and whatnot, so definitely check those out if you haven't already to get some more information. So as I kind of mentioned, I'm going to play on Deity just because I like to give myself a bit of a challenge. I'm going to play on Quick just because I don't want to bore everybody with super long turns and everything, although Standard is usually the recommended speed. For this game, let's go with Continents. I kind of like Continents just because it doesn't necessarily force me to have to deal with a bunch of civs, potentially. Um, so for now, I'm just going to play on Continents because my goal, again, is really just to explain things. And let's go with Standard, 8 civs. I'm not going to add any of these extra game modes because I'm assuming that some of the people watching this are probably relatively new to the game. So I'm not going to go into these extra concepts and everything, although I do plan on probably making some videos about these different modes and whatnot. And I'm actually going to turn disasters off for now, just because, again, disasters is something that came in the Gathering Storm expansion, and again, I don't necessarily know if players are going to have these expansions, so let's just keep, you know what, let's make it 1, just to make things a little interesting, I guess. 1's not going to kill me or anything like that, and I'm just going to play random and kind of adapt to whatever situation comes about. So let's get into this. So as it's loading, typically what I would do at this point in the game is essentially it's going to show me whatever civ I have, and I'm really just going to be thinking about, what am I going to be trying to do in this game? What is my goal? What's what's the victory type I might be going for? And a lot of that is going to depend on what civ you get. So here I see I am Egypt, playing as, of course, Cleopatra. So let's see. Mediterranean's Bride. Your trade routes to other civilizations provide +4 gold for Egypt. Other civilizations' trade routes to you provide +2 food for them and +2 gold for Egypt. Trading with allies earns twice as many bonus alliance points. Okay. So already seeing here, gonna be wanting to set up a lot of trade routes. +15% production towards districts and wonders if placed next to a river. Does not receive damage from floods. Okay, I like that. And I see a chariot archer as one of my unique land units and a Sphinx as a unique improvement. And in case you ever don't know like what these do, there's a couple easy ways you can tell. Let's jump into the game and I'll explain it. All right, so if you don't know what your uniques do, you can always click on the top right. I'll do that again just to show. You can click on this top right image and it'll show you what everything does. So Chariot Archer, a unique ancient ranged unit, 4 movement when starting in open terrain. And Sphinx unlocks the Builder ability to construct a Sphinx, unique to Egypt. It gives +1 faith, +1 culture, +2 appeal, +2 faith if next to a wonder, +1 culture if built on floodplains. Additional culture once natural history is discovered. Okay. So obviously, this unique bonus gives a lot of faith, culture, whatnot. So what I'm seeing right now is I can kind of play balanced, is what I'm feeling. Set up a lot of trading, and culture is probably what I'm going to go more towards. But we'll see how things kind of work. Because you know I will get some bonuses, constructing wonders and everything. So I do like that. So right off the bat, seeing my starting position, I'm gonna be honest, don't love it. And you know, like honestly, and I know people might feel some type of way about this, but if you ever get in a position that you really don't like, don't be afraid to just restart the game. Just because, you know, if you're gonna be playing this game for hours on end, you might as well get enjoyment from it, you know. And so don't be ashamed to just restart. But you know, just for the sake of the tutorial, it's not a big deal. I'm gonna start here. Um, the reason I don't love this exactly is because it's very flat land. And the problem with such flat land is that you are generally going to be lacking in production, and production in this game is so important. So personally, I don't love flat land that much, but I'm just gonna roll with it, see what happens. So right off the bat, the first thing you're always gonna do is move this warrior and try to scout as much land as you can. So I'm seeing I already see all this land out here because again, it's so flat. I get a pretty good starting view of everything around me. So what I'm thinking, since if I move here, I'm not going to see too much extra, and it looks like there's probably desert around here anyway. So my instinct is probably to start going this way. So I don't know if I want to go here or here. Thinking let's go here. Oh, jade. Okay. So typically, if you watched my 10 tips video, what I do typically recommend is to settle in place, especially if you're new, and not to worry about, you know, all this like, oh, what's the ideal place to settle and everything. But I'm actually going to go against what I say in my own video, and I think I'm going to move here. So one thing to consider when you're, of course, trying to settle your cities is to think about how far are these cities going to go. And so for this particular settler, everything would go out 3 tiles. So if I were to settle in place right here, the farthest I would reach is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I wouldn't be able to reach this jade, which a little disappointing. I do want to get that. And of course, because of this 1, 2, 3, I do get a lot of desert in my land, which not necessarily a terrible thing, depending on what I'm going for, because as you'll see, there are some really good bonuses I can try to get. But I do feel like there are some better spots. So what I'm thinking right now is I'm actually gonna go to this spot, and I'm gonna settle in place over there. All right. So again, just to make sure, I'm gonna scout a bit. All right, I see some forests and everything. So I'm just gonna settle here. I made history. If you want, you can of course rename your cities. I can like go up here and type it. Let's call it James Land. All right. And you know, feel free to recommend any cities for names for future parts of this video. So right off the bat, determining what you want to research first, and this is generally going to depend on, you know, what's around you. And so to kind of explain and to kind of address one of Jack's questions in terms of what is an amenity. So amenities are basically the happiness of your people. And in order to get more amenities, there's a bunch of different ways, a bunch of different buildings, cards and whatnot you can get. But the easiest way is through luxury resources. And so the way to tell this is whenever you see these icons, those are resources you can work, right? So when you hover over them, it'll tell you 1, what the resource is, 2, the type, and then 3, if you see in the red over there, it tells you what research you need to be able to work that. So here I see honey isn't within my lands. It gives me 1 luxury resource if I work it, and it requires animal husbandry. And luxury resources are one of the main ways you're going to be getting amenities. And actually thinking now, maybe I should have went down here to settle, because I would have gotten both those jades. But you know what? Not a big deal. I can always settle another city around there. So either way, let's decide what to research first. So first, I'm going to go animal husbandry because I see here I have deer, which is a bonus resource, which essentially bonus resources, they don't give you amenities or anything. They're just there to give you extra yields. So they can be really useful. And so I see honey is the luxury resource here, which again requires animal husbandry. So my instinct right now is to go animal husbandry and see if I can get any horses as well. So in terms of what to build first, if you watched my 10 tips video, I basically explained how, you know, when you're playing at a lower level, I would say like king and below, so that's like the 5th level and below, I would say generally you can kind of start with any of these and be relatively safe. But playing at higher levels, especially like deity and emperor and higher, I would say is when the game really starts to get a little more difficult. I would say one of the big things you want to do is make sure you're protected early. And so at higher levels, I like to start either slinger or warrior. Me personally, I've been really liking this build where I start off going double warrior, really protecting myself and then getting my first settler. So I'm going to do that here just to show you guys how it works. And so if I click on manage citizens here, I can see what tile my city is working, right? And so right now, obviously, because there aren't that many options, it's going to work the best tile. So giving me 3 food, 1 production a turn, as well as the city center, giving me 2 food and 1 production. And you can see all those here as well. But if you want to, you can always manage your tiles here. But for now, I think it's okay. Let's stick with this honey. I like it. And let's continue. All right. So next, I'm seeing some desert here. So what I'm thinking right now with this warrior is I'm just going to keep scouting upwards with this guy. Okay. Interesting. More desert. Not loving. Look. Hopefully this is 2 separate deserts. Actually, a way to make sure of this, you can add labels to kind of tell what different landmarks are. And it can actually be pretty useful. So, Great Bitter Lake. Okay. And I'm seeing the Sinai Desert here. And I don't see a name for this desert here. So this might actually be the Sinai Desert as well. We'll see. So again, just trying to scout out the land. I'm going to keep sending this guy north, and I'm just going to send the second warrior down to the south to scout. All right, off the bat, I'm getting a Barbarian Scout right here. I think he kind of came from the top area, so I'm guessing that there is a Barbarian Camp around here somewhere. So just want to keep that in mind, and I'm going to start moving my warrior towards that direction, because I don't want any barbarians to start attacking me. That's never what you want. Oh, interesting. So the Barbarian Scout sees my land, and he's actually heading south. So maybe there's actually a camp down here. Not sure. But, okay, so another thing I wanted to explain, of course, if I click on this purchase tile or manage citizens, either one really, it'll kind of tell you what area your city's working towards, and right now it's working towards this deer, which is essentially what I wanted because it is giving 2 food to production, and production is really important right now early in the game. But one of the things you want to factor in terms of this border growth, the way your cities grow their borders is through culture, and when your culture is stronger, you seize more land quicker. So it's pretty important for a lot of your cities to be able to get monuments, for example, as that might help your city border growth to get there quicker. Yeah, so I'm seeing that scout go down. Oh, okay, so I found my first city-state, Nazgarmu, Nazargamu. So I know that up here, I'm probably going to be cut off a bit here, it seems like, and we'll see what happens, though. So the second warrior, I'm going to send downwards because I want to I want to scout here as well, but I also want to make sure that, you know, that this barbarian isn't going to come up and try to wreck me. Okay, so mountains up here, and so I kind of need to decide now, do I want this warrior to go this way or this way? I'm kind of thinking this way just because it's a bit farther away, and I can always send another guy up here really quick. Okay, so I see maize here. So right now, I have animal husbandry, so I can work both those if I so desired. And what I'm thinking right now, where do I get the Sphinx? Where is that? That might be a culture thing, actually. Yep, craftsmanship, okay. So I won't worry about that for now. So what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to get pottery. Just because I don't really have much else I need to work immediately at this moment. So I'm just going to get pottery, slowly work my way through this section of the tree. Maybe get to writing quickly if I can. Just get my third warrior, so 3 warriors to really protect myself, and then I'll start my settler. Alright, I got a flood, but thankfully because of my ability, floods don't really affect me. Yep, no damage or anything, and they actually boosted my land, so I do like that. This wheat is now stronger than it was before, so my city should start growing a lot quicker, which is nice. Alright, so scouting down here did actually help. Since that scout headed this way, I found this Barbarian Camp. My goal, of course, is going to be to defeat that guy, but I'm going to have to wait a little bit before I really want to attack into him, I think. You'll see why in a second. So yeah, I'm going to send this guy over here so I can get more of a scout in this area, and I'm going to wait for this thing to essentially... I'm going to wait for this warrior to finish up. Alright, so right here, I'm seeing that they spawned another warrior. They saw my warrior as a threat and decided to have a fight with them. Again, ideally I want to wait a little bit because one of these right here, discipline, +5 combat strength when fighting barbarians. It's just in general better to help me to win these fights against barbarians. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to fortify for now. I'm going to wait for this bonus card, and then I'm going to go in and start to attack it. So in case you didn't know, Fortify, it basically locks your unit down wherever it was and gives it a defensive bonus. And so since I was defending against his attack just now, normally if I would have attacked it, you saw before it was a stalemate. But now, because I have more health, I actually get a minor victory. But before I attack, and I actually always make this mistake, but before I attack, I'm going to go into my government and I'm going to change my policies. I'm going to make sure I get this +5 unit combat strength with fighting barbarians. In general, I think this is way stronger than Survey, just because, again, at higher levels, you're not really going to be making too many recon units early. And one of your big priorities of the early game, defending against barbarians, because barbarians can really mess you up. In terms of the yellow economic policy, do I want God King or urban planning? In general, I would say urban planning is stronger. I like having the extra production. It's important. And as you saw with my land before, I'm going to close it just so I can show you my land. As you saw with my land before, I don't have a ton of strong production tiles. Actually, but if I click here, yeah, so I don't have a super strong production right now. So I think in general that's going to be stronger for me. And in general, I do think it's just a better... I just think it's a general better policy in general. God King can be useful in certain situations, but I think urban planning is usually the way to go. So yeah, now that I have this additional attack strength, you see how much before I think it was just a minor victory, but now I have a much stronger attack bonus over this warrior. So I'm going to attack into this guy. He's low. He's probably going to suicide himself into me next turn. So in terms of civics, and what I want to go first, I think you can really go either way. The way I kind of play, it kind of depends. If you do happen to discover a second continent really quick, then I would say just go foreign trade. But here, because I do have a Sphinx as one of my improvements here, I think this is probably going to be the better bet for me right now. I'm going to head towards craftsmanship. I continue to scout. Oh, actually, so I discovered that second continent. Now I'm thinking I should go with this, get my foreign trade, because that way, I can maybe try to get a builder out, improve 3 tiles quickly, and then start going. Oh, let me think about this. So I would get a builder. I'll get a builder pretty late. I don't know if it's really going to make that huge of a difference. I'm going to stick with foreign trade for now, and we'll see how it goes. Oh no, a drought. Alright, so I see this other warrior coming up on me now, and I don't like that. So I'm actually going to retreat this warrior back. Yeah, I'm going to retreat this warrior back, because I want him to heal, and I have this other warrior that's getting ready as well. And so for now, I want to avoid taking unnecessary damage. This guy's already low, and I see this guy's coming in. So let's move this guy out. Let's move him in, and I'm just going to stay here for now. So, in terms of next research, mining is always a good one just because it opens up this whole area, gets me my unique archer and everything. But for now, what I'm actually thinking, mining of course is good, and getting to these is important. But archery, writing, irrigation are all super useful. Astrology, if you are going for a religion, is of course important to get. Although typically, it can be tough, especially in deity games. No one has a religion yet, so not overly concerned with that at the moment. Because I don't like how aggressive this barbarian is getting. I'm kind of thinking I might want to get archery. But because I am just kind of giving an explanation of the game, I think I'm actually going to go astrology and kind of explain some things about the game that Jack was requesting. So here, I'm gonna get a set. Oh, didn't mean to cue that up. I'm gonna get my settler, 6 turns. And one thing, of course, you want to keep in mind about your settler is that it consumes one population. So if this is gonna take 6 turns, by then I'll already be at 4, so I'll drop back down to 3. So not a huge deal, but just something you want to keep in mind when you decide to make a settler. And in general, in deity games and in high-level games, I do want to get settlers as quickly as possible, just because I want to make sure I have land. And because on deity and from Emperor and above, Emperor, enemies start off with two settlers, and in deity, they start off with 3. So you really want to be aggressive early, capturing as much land as you can. Oh man, alright. I'm actually going to back up. I don't like that at all. And I'm going to heal this guy up. So one thing you want to keep in mind when your units are injured, they heal more within your city's tiles, and they heal even more if they're in the city center itself. So just something you want to keep in mind. I'm going to keep scouting with this guy. I haven't found a goody hut yet. A little disappointing, but do have an attack. Man, this is already a little rough. Unfavorable terrain. Oh, he is unfavorable terrain. All right, that's good. All right, so I'm gonna attack this guy. Get a little damage on him. Do I? Yeah, I'm gonna attack this guy as well. A little low. Damn, this is actually kind of brutal. So what I'm seeing right now, because of where I am, I'm considering if I want to actually buy a slinger soon. It's gonna take a couple turns, unfortunately. And I'm thinking if I even want to switch my settler. I think I'm okay for now. Yeah, he's backing off. Interestingly enough, I wasn't expecting that actually. But yeah, I'm gonna keep healing this guy. I don't know where he's going. I don't know why he decided. Oh, I thought I left clicked, but okay. You know what? It's fine. I meant to do that. All right, I'm gonna keep scouting with him. So interesting. That barbarian's actually retreating this way, so that tells me there's probably another camp over here somewhere. And I'm gonna keep scouting. Oh, and of course, Gandhi. The dreaded Gandhi. Oh, okay. He wants to exchange information on our capitals. I'm gonna do that just because I want to see where he is. Alright, Delhi's up there. So, relatively far, but because I did find him up here, my instinct now with this settler is I want to settle towards him. Because I essentially want to start... Oh. That's also his city, is it? Is that another guy? Oh, okay. So that really makes me want to settle up there towards that direction. So this kind of changes my game plan a little bit. I met these city-states. Minor defeat. I'm gonna heal up. So I'm not in a great spot right now. So yeah, I'm gonna find out who this guy is. And yeah, so my goal right now is really to try to settle up here. Take this land away from them so they can't start expanding towards me. That's my goal right now. All right, so these guys are starting to get a little more healed. I'm gonna attack into him, even though it is not ideal. And I'm gonna start moving my settler up here. Not the best spots really, because I'm not seeing, like, the reason I would want to settle up here, I think, is just to be close to these mountains and again to cut them off. But you know, like, I'm not seeing any luxuries or anything like that. So up here, not the greatest place to settle, but again, it's mainly for me right now about positioning, make sure I don't get locked in really early. So generally what I would do at this point is actually get a second settler immediately, but I'm wondering if maybe, actually I have 90 gold, I can actually afford a slinger, right? So actually, you know what, I'm gonna get my second settler, because I want to do that quick. That's my goal right now. And yeah, again, I want to scout that guy, figure out who he is, and looks like is that him again? No, that's Gandhi. Alright, so I have 4 in trade. Someone made Stonehenge. So next, since I don't think I'm going to get a builder anytime soon, I'm just going to go craftsmanship so I can make sure I build my way up here, and I want to be able to get that Sphinx as well. I'm going to keep moving that guy out, and I'm going to try to find where those barbarians were, because I want to make sure I defeat those guys. I'm going to send these guys downwards to really figure that out. Move things. Okay, so we got Caesar. Oh, Trajan, sorry, not Caesar. It's an honor to meet you. We'd love to sample your hospitality. So one of the things, again, Gandhi already doesn't like me, but, you know, that's just him. But one of the things you want to do early, depending on the situation, obviously, but if you want to be friendly with these guys, it's important to kind of be like, yes, I want to do this, I want to do this, yes, yes, sir. That type of stuff, you know, just to kind of get on their good side. And one thing we can see, for example, why is Gandhi so unfriendly with me right now? Right now, I can't quite see it. But later on in the game, I might be here, actually. Yeah. You can see reason for current relationship, -5, unknown reason. So there's just some reason he doesn't like me. Don't know why. He doesn't like the way I look. I don't know what it is. But, you know, just something I want to keep in mind. And, of course, Trajan doesn't like me already. So I'm hoping these two really get into it. In the meantime, I'm just going to start moving this guy. I'm probably going to settle right here. As you can see here, these negative numbers here, these are loyalty. Essentially, without the expansions, sometimes the Civ AI would literally like expand right next to you, and it'd be super annoying for them to do that. So with loyalty, it kind of prevents people from settling super close to you. So if I settle here, for example, and loyalty comes from your population. So when you have more population, it has loyalty pressure outwards. And so if I were to settle a city, like say here, over here, it would actually cause my city's loyalty to drop. And if my city's loyalty is too low, it ends up making it so my city could flip and become one of their cities. So of course I want to avoid that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to settle here. I'll do that next turn. Jeez, these barbarians are aggressive. Right, I'm actually going to send this guy back here to heal up. And I'm going to attack that slinger. Oh, yeah, I kind of messed up there. It's okay. You know, this is how you learn, right? You gotta learn from mistakes. So what I should have done is probably retreated that slinger, probably moved him here maybe, or moved him back towards my city. But again, not the end of the world. thinking if I want to attack into him right now, because I think if I risk that, the slinger is going to be able to kill him. But he might be able to kill him anyway. So I'm actually going to retreat back and set him to kind of heal up. So right now I'm getting actually kind of really worried about, you know, some of this aggression, potential aggression over here. So what I'm thinking is I actually want to start getting archery, because I just want to make sure I can protect myself. That's the big thing right now. Settle my next city. Barbarian Scout sees me, of course. Don't love that, but, you know, I don't feel particularly threatened right now over there. I'm more worried about this guy. And what do I want to build first here? So there's really a lot of things you could do at this point. Generally, some good ones are monument or granary. A trader might not be a bad idea, just so I can start setting up some trade routes between, you know, my capital and this first city. But because I did kind of move in towards this guy, he's probably not going to be happy with me. So I do also want to be careful. What I'm thinking right now is I'm going to start with a monument, make sure I can build my culture, grab more land, and then I'm going to probably start moving towards these other ones. All right, so what am I seeing here? What am I seeing here? So I could upgrade this guy. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move. Oh no, not another one. Herald. All right. So the Vikings are near me. We'd love to sample your hospitality. Oh my god. All right. So I am completely surrounded. I don't have the greatest land. So it's going to be tough. No doubt about it. But you know what? We're going to persevere right now. So I moved over. And then I'm actually going to promote him just because I want this guy to be able to take these barbarians out. So I'm going to take Battle Cry, I think. Yeah, I'm going to take Battle Cry. And as you saw before, this guy was damaged before because of the upgrade. I healed up. And I'm actually going to start bringing this warrior back because I am starting to get a little afraid. Oh, what is... Slinger? Oh, crap. Alright. So I'm actually going to let him worry about these guys because I want to take out this barbarian camp. I want the bonus and I want the money. So I'm going to go to that barbarian camp over there and I'm bringing this warrior back to kind of protect myself now. Yep. So just according to plan. So just as according to plan, he kind of helped me defend my lands in a way. But now this guy, of course, this freaking slinger. So I'm going to attack into him. Generally, when there are other people nearby a barbarian camp, you want to be careful because you don't want them to be able to take the camp away. But I think because of how I'm positioned, I don't think he should be able to get it before me. But we'll see. Meanwhile, let's take out this guy. Promotion available, so that's great. And I'm actually going to maybe scout this little bit of land over there. Alright, nice. So that slinger actually attacked him, and hopefully, I'm seeing like a tiny little sliver there. I'm hoping that if I attack here, I should be able to take him out. Yep. So nice. I got the era score, which again is it's a rise and fall mechanic. So if you're new to it, I wouldn't worry about it too much. And I got the extra gold, which is super important right now. Let's also just check on this city, see what I'm working, make sure everything looks in order. Looks good for the most part. I'm considering if maybe I want to buy this, start working that, since it seems like this is working towards this area. I think I'm okay for now. I think I'm gonna save my money. Let's get this guy promoted as well. Everybody is looking unhappy with me. Don't like that. But you know what? It is what it is. That's civilization for you, right? So let's start scouting this way because I want to make sure my settler, I want to get that next city. Yeah, not some of the greatest places because it seems like he's already getting some territory around here. So I do want to be careful. And I do know, of course, Egypt is better around rivers, but I'm not sure if I have much of another choice. Some of my earlier choices are coming back to bite me in the butt. All right, so just to kind of cap things off, since I did tell Jack, I was going to explain, what a district is. So districts, of course, researching specific things. So when you see like this campus, for example, this is a science district. You get the holy site, that's your religion district. Here, there's the encampment, which is essentially the district to help when you try to make units and whatnot. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set up a... I just want to make sure, see what they have as... Huh? Looks like I get some religious bonuses over there. Oh, so yeah, when you research this technology, you can get to get that district. It allows you to finally build it in your city, right? So here, I would click on it if I wanted to make it, and it'll tell you what areas might give you bonus resources if you were to build a district there. So here, I'm seeing I'd get +2 faith if I were to make the what is it called? The holy site. The holy site over here. And so right now what I'm wondering is, can I see these pantheons? That's what I'm worried about right now. Is there a way? I'm not actually 100% sure. Let's see if Forge, God of the Forge, initiation rites. Okay, so just to play it safe, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build my holy site here, and maybe for my holy site in this city, I'm going to build it in the desert, because one of my goals is once I start getting that, once I get my Pantheon, I'm hoping I can get bonus faith from deserts. That's kind of my goal right now. Again, since I am also, oh, nice. Natural wonder, I like that. Oh my god. Damn, he's already there though. I'm just gonna have to kill him, I guess. And looks like Andy's talking to me already. Talking some smack. Where do I want this guy? I'm thinking I want to compete for this area, right? But there's just so much desert here. Like, this land isn't really that useful. And if you really look at this natural wonder here, it's not really that great either. Like, sure, it's giving me gold and stuff, but it's not really going to help me until later on, I feel like. So, you know what? I'm just going to start moving this way. And of course, you know, you want to protect your settlers and everything. Make sure that they don't get taken. And I'm just going to continue to scout Stavanger. You know what? Why not? Let's take that guy out. I see that river here. Yeah, this is tough. I'm not liking the position I'm in right now. I'm surrounded completely, like all the way around. My instinct right now, like, I want to try to get to this river and settle here, but that is like dangerously close to them. So I think what I'm going to do, this is tough. This is tough. I'm in a tough situation right now. I think what I'm going to do, this is military, 194. Yeah, I'm weak right now. because this land isn't good either. Oh, yeah. Okay. I need to make a decision, and I'm already over 40 minutes. So I think what I'm going to do... I'm thinking maybe here I can settle between two rivers. I'm thinking maybe this spot. Why not? Whatever. Might as well get that city down. Here, I am a little worried of getting attacked, so I actually think I'm going to start getting my army up. Or actually, I'm about to get archery, right? So I'm gonna actually cancel this guy. Let's get like a turn into this monument. Or a turn into this first trader. And then I'll start going towards that archer. Oh, that's not fun. But alright. So as we can see, I'm starting to get insufficient amenities. If I wanted to improve that, I would want to get a builder and try to get some of these resources here, either the honey or the jade here. Right now, though, I'm not overly concerned for the most part because I do feel like amenities in general, I don't feel like they're that important, to be honest, until it starts getting into like really negative territory. Like once it starts hitting like -3, maybe I'll start worrying. But at -1, I'm not overly concerned right now. I'm more concerned right now about, you know, getting things established and really making sure I can protect my lands. So let's actually get mining, because I actually want to start heading towards wheel over here, and maybe the campus too. Do I have irrigation? No, I don't need it. Yeah, I'm gonna head towards mining. And I'm just gonna scout a little bit, make sure I get an idea of his land, but I'm also just gonna start pulling my units back to make sure I can protect myself. And of course everyone's shit-talking me. Shiitake mushrooms, yes. I'm gonna... Yeah, I don't like what's happening here. I'm gonna I'm gonna start being careful. Once this thing is done, I'm gonna really start churning out some units. Yeah, I need to start making some archers. But the archers aren't even good. It's taking way too long. I'll continue making that. No, I need to defend. I think that's way more important right now. I gotta get those archers out. 26 gold, that's not enough. So again, I'm working towards political philosophy, but I am starting to get a little worried about potential war. So I am thinking if maybe I want to get military tradition. I think I will. I want to be very careful here. Major drought right on the city. That hurts. That hurts a lot. All right. That holy site is done, so I'm starting to get faith per turn, hoping I can start working towards my religion. And I want to be very careful of his religion coming in, as it's already set up. He probably got Stonehenge. So let's get these archers. I want to defend myself. This drought is killing me right now. No growth, no nothing. Ay. I'm gonna swap to this city right here real quick, just so I can actually at least get the extra production there. And again, I'm gonna check this. I thought I took out that camp. You know, I'm gonna make sure. Okay, he decided to kill himself. Cool. Fine with that. Another one? Oh no, same one. Alright, next, I'm going to get writing. I want to start getting campuses, because campuses are pretty important. Again, I know this was just a tutorial video to kind of show things, so I'm not overly concerned with how things are going. But yeah, do want to be careful as he is really getting a lot of land up next to me now. I'm just gonna keep some guys spread out, just to keep an eye out on his units, see where he's moving things in general. I'm gonna get an archer here as well. Archers are going to be one of your best bets to defend early on. And I do think I want to start getting my next few settlers though. Let's just scout out the land a little more. Just keep everything at bay. Ay ay ay. Barbarian coming from over there. All right. Man, Gandhi, get out of the way. And let's keep scouting down here. Oh, okay. Crater Lake, that's a faith one. Yep. So that is probably something I'm going to want to get. Not the greatest of land, just because, you know, it's surrounded by ice, tundra. I do have my archer. Again, this extra range, just so useful. I'm going to make sure I scout this area, take that out. Losing loyalty a bit. I think I'm actually going to get a builder real quick. Just get one builder in. Because I am low on amenities everywhere. And so I do want to try to get that honey and probably that jade as well, just to help this city grow a little bit more. But it looks like the drought is over. So thankfully, yes, it seems like it's back to working that spot. That's good. Next, what am I thinking here? What am I thinking? I think I'm just going to get wheel so I can get that chariot archer. Because generally, unique units are really strong. So generally getting them is useful, and I do like chariot archer overall. And next, so I got that. So I already got this, so I'm going to, oh, I actually got both. So I think we get state workforce. And oh no. Oh no 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 no. Alright, it's just a scout. But I don't like what I'm seeing. Another, like, where did this guy even come from? You know? But it is what it is. Let's just make sure we can defend ourselves. I'm gonna start pulling this guy back. Scout this area too. And again, I just want to keep tabs on, you know, where his movement is going. Oh, okay. I want that, of course. Oh, truffles, that's nice. All right, so let's get those amenities. So again, if you hover over, you'll see luxury resource. I'm going to get some honey. You see it improve the tile. And that way, at least James Land is getting some amenities. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that one. And again, yeah, I just want to make sure I'm not seeing too much movement. Oh god, a builder just right there in the open. That's so tempting, but I don't want to go to war right now. He's way stronger than I am. James Land. What am I trying to do here? Let's get this trade route, I'm thinking. Let's get this campus actually. Set up another district. So again, I only get bonuses here and here. Neither of them are particularly great. But what I'm thinking then, I'm thinking I'll get this one since it's close to this other city, so maybe I can get some bonuses being next to those other ones. Let me see if I have any other bonuses. Plus 15 production towards districts and wonders if placed next to a river. So I could make the campus a little bit quicker if I put it on this one. Is that really worth it? Is that really worth it? I'm thinking no. I'm thinking no right now. I think I'm just going to build it here. Start getting that campus. Because these districts are super important because I do want to make sure I get my infrastructure down. Alright, so with the start of the classical era, I think I'm probably going to call it for this particular video. I know things didn't go exactly as planned, but hey, that's kind of how Civ goes, right? So I think I'm gonna call it for now. Hopefully you're able to learn something from this video. Just at least the thought process between what I'm trying to do, as well as some of the basics. You know, what are these luxuries? What are amenities? You know, how do you set up districts and whatnot? So hopefully this video is helpful. Let me know if you want to see more. I don't know if I'll continue with this specific game. Not in the greatest spot, but hey, you never know. I could always come back. And especially early on at higher levels. That's kind of how Civ works. It's a lot about, you know, defending your lands and making sure that you can come back later on in the game. So I think for now, I'm going to call it. But again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought. You know, maybe I didn't play, maybe you spotted areas where I could have played better. Maybe things that you learned, things that you want to know more about. Feel free to let me know, and I'll try my best to get to you. And otherwise, oh, actually, you know what? Just because let me show you this first turn. Actually, before I close, I'll show you this first turn. So I ended up in a normal age. Everyone around me pretty much is in a golden age. I don't like that. So once you get to a new age, you can set up a dedication if you weren't in a golden age, and that essentially gives you different ways to get more era score, which essentially will help you to get more likely to enter a golden age later on. What I'm thinking right now is with how I'm playing, I'm thinking either monumentality or Exodus of the Evangelists, because I am starting to work towards my religion, and I am also starting to set up new districts. So I think I'm going to go with monumentality. Oh, I always forget this too. I'm so bad about this. So because I usually play with mods, so there's usually a reminder. But remember, every time you can choose a new civic, you can change your government as well. And I should have been doing this whole time. Thankfully, these were both relatively useful, and I wasn't necessarily producing anything specifically where I felt like I needed a huge boost. Like I wasn't going for any wonders. I'm just only now getting a builder, so maybe I don't even have any builders. So like it's not even super necessary for me to get this plus 30% for builders. I don't have a trade route yet. The only one I do really like is conscription, just saving some money on my units. But even then, I still have been fighting some barbarians. But I think for now, I'm going to replace this. Actually, since I am producing so many, how many turns are left on those guys? 4 turns, 1 turn. Is it worth it? Is it worth it to... you know what? Since I'm starting to get close to the chariot archer and the heavy chariot, I'm thinking what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to put in... How many turns is this going to take? 4 turns for that. So I think in 4 turns, once this is done, and once this is done, that's when I'll want to switch over to this classical era heavy and light cavalry unit production bonus. So I think I'm okay for now. I'm going to switch this to get some additional gold, and I think I'm still okay with production in my cities, because none of these others, I'm not working on any wonders yet. I'm not making any builders, although I probably should make another builder. But I think I'll go with that. Choose my civic. So in 4 turns, I'll have my next thing, choosing my Pantheon. And yeah, so originally what I wanted to get was the Pantheon, which let me get additional faith from desert tiles. But it does look like that one was taken. So I did make a smart move putting my my holy site over there. So what I'm thinking instead, what do I have a lot of here? What do I have a lot of? I don't really have quarries. Don't really have mines either. Except maybe jade. That's probably the only place I'm gonna get mines. Strategic resources. I don't even have that many strategic resources around me. This is definitely kind of a brutal game. I should definitely do a balanced start position next time, I think. Because this start position is kind of rough. So what I'm thinking, yeah, I'm not loving these Pantheons that are left. None of them are that appealing to me, to be quite frank. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do, I'll go with this, plus 2 faith for mines from luxury resources, so at least I can get some faith here. But otherwise, nothing super appealing to me at the moment. And yeah, I think that's the end of my first turn. Oh, what was that? Oh. Governors. Did I have this whole time and I didn't realize? Did I just get this? Oh no, I got it because of this. State workforce. Alright. Sorry, I'm all over the place right now. So governors, again, if you don't have the expansions, don't worry about this, but there's essentially certain ways to kind of boost your game, help cities grow and whatnot, and gives you loyalty as well. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take Reina. She has land acquisition. So I'm going to set her up in that place. Gives me a little bit more loyalty because right now I'm losing loyalty. In the meantime, I'm going to start pulling this guy back to get him healed up. And yeah, some more trash talk. But anyway, so again, hopefully you guys learned something from this video. I know it didn't go ideally as we were hoping, but you know, it's not the biggest deal. You know, this is kind of how you learn and how you kind of figure out how to play. And I just wanted to, again, explain, you know, some of these basic ideas, districts, amenities, and kind of just go over my thought process of why I'm doing certain things. And again, I know I'm not playing ideally or not even necessarily playing the best. But again, hopefully you're able to gain something from this video. At the very least, hopefully you're able to learn, you know, kind of how to approach the game and whatnot. But otherwise, you know, hope you have a great rest of your day. Appreciate you watching the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.